Thanks for joining me. I'm photographer and cinematographer Geraci, and today we're talking about MidJourney. This is the version 3 update. The new engine is absolutely out of this world. One of the first prompts I really wanted to work on was creating portals to other universes, and with the new update that just came in, it's really easy to achieve the look that you really want with just a few words. This shot right here, the teapot, is one of my favorite. Actually, the teacup is one of my favorite because it looks absolutely beautiful and unique. It's something I've never seen before. It's quite incredible to see what the AI actually comes up with when you're generating these things. Another portal doorway into an unknown location, but it's incredible how far it's come just in a few months. This teacup as well is also one of my favorite because it's literally holding the universe inside of it, and I think it's really neat. One of the things I think has really grown in the past couple of months is just how great their landscapes have gotten, and they're quite more detailed, and they really give you the option to come up with really cool and really interesting things without having a lot of detail. For the prompt for this one, I actually used a variety of different settings, with the snow, without the snow, changing the from dusk to sunset. And I noticed that if you use words and language like sunset or dusk, you'll get two different variants of colors. And I think that's important to note when you are creating prompts, is you have to be specific with what you actually want. This is kind of another favorite one of mine, is just beautiful landscapes. It looks super picturesque, and really just using a few words and detailed prompts to really give you the kind of look and feel that you really want. One thing I really like about MidJourney is you can finally start telling stories using one prompt. You can create multiple variations of the same scene, and you'll get nice little wide, medium, and even sometimes close-up shots, which really allows you to sequence those shots together. So we're kind of coming into that realm where MidJourney could be used for a lot of things, storyboarding, for video and cinematography, or for anything really. And I think it's incredible just the amount of detail that is getting pumped out of this now. Especially when we're looking at faces. 2 or 3 months ago, it was very difficult to achieve a really good-looking face, but now, just using simple prompts like the face of an angel, you get really nice, skin tone, eye shapes, noses, and you're getting more realistic-looking figures. And I think it's absolutely cool to see where that technology has gone. Some of these portraits are some of my favorite. Coming up, there is a Native American woman, and the detail in the face is just really out of this world. And we're finally getting really sharp detail as far as in the mouth, the nose, the eyes, and it just looks breathtaking. Another fun thing to do if you want to try is using the style up, and you can do Da Vinci or any other artist that's out there, and you can come up with some really fun schematic blueprints. In this instance, I was trying to come up with what the AI thought a time machine would look like, and it printed up some really interesting, unique looking blueprints for us. Talking more about the simplicity of things, in this one we're just talking about underwater dome city, and I did a bunch of different variants using this, and it was really interesting to see how different each time it came up. But as the computer generates more and more variables, you're able to get new seeds, and the scenes really change, and they really give you a nice variety. So if you don't like the way it looks, just hit the refresh button and you can come up with some really interesting things. Again, I'm just trying to go for something that's simplistic but also unique. Here we're using different colors. I really wanted to have those pinks and blues in here, and I wanted the AI to decipher that, and it really did. Now this prompt is probably my favorite, is the beginning of time in the universe, and I think it did an incredible job really kind of figuring out what the universe looked like at the beginning of time. And I think it's wild to see where we've come with this technology, that AI is basically depicting what may or may not actually have happened in the universe, but it does in my mind give a really good descriptor of that feeling of the vastness of space and galaxies and nebulas and just gases swirling, and it's just really, really incredible to see. And while we're standing up in space, we really wanted to add some characters to that, and we finally get the option, availability to kind of come up with new astronauts. In this kind of sequence here, these astronauts are exploring a brave new world, whether it's up in the clouds where they're at, and just the lighting techniques and the different types of paintbrush strokes just really elevates the imagery now. And coming up last, we're talking more about creating different and interesting structures. With this prompt just saying Fungal Technology Center, I was really interested to see what it came up with, but it had some really fun and quirky looking things, mushroom capped roofs, and then as I went in, I started adding more detail, saying, let's add some texture to that, add some background, and the AI did a great job of, recognizing that and actually creating a beautiful foreground, midground, and background for these scenes. That'll do it for this time. Thanks for joining me. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, and as always, happy shooting, or in this case, happy AI generating.